God, could my chair be more squeaky? So they give you a ton of paperwork saying, okay, this is what you can do and not do, etc., take and not take prior to surgery. So it's pretty in-depth. I have a whole pamphlet here. A lot of it's been pounded into my head because they keep saying the same stuff over and over. And both offices kind of gave me slightly different versions, so I will stick to the version of whichever office gave me a more in-depth or is more serious. For example, the surgical oncologist office told me just not to eat or drink anything 8 hours prior, whereas the plastic surgeon's office told me the day before, have a liquid diet, and then doesn't matter what time your surgery is the next day, don't eat or drink anything after midnight. So I'll probably, the day before surgery, stick to soups and then not eat or drink anything after midnight. Actually, they say 12 hours before surgery, but you're also not supposed to take any like anti-inflammatory stuff, like stuff that has ibuprofen or aspirin or anything like that in it, vitamin E, fish oil, that kind of thing, because it thins the blood. And then and you're supposed to do that at least 10 days. Some of them say 2 weeks before surgery. That's a big problem for me because I'm used to taking ibuprofen for my endometriosis and my migraines, and I usually take, like, if I have a really severe pain with my endometriosis or my migraines, I take the 800 milligrams ibuprofen with some Percocet, and that's what knocks it out of me, taking the anti-inflammatory with the painkiller. However, I'm not allowed to do that because it's only 10 days before surgery. They're going to be putting me on heavy-duty painkillers, obviously, afterwards. I'm in chronic pain to begin with. Tylenol's not going to cut it. So when I asked the plastic surgeon, he said, well, you're having really horrible pain. You're going to have to just take your pain medication like Percocet. So hopefully I won't be in that much. However, I have been having a lot of headaches and migraines and earaches, and my menstrual cycle has been way off kilter. And it's really all to do, I think, with stress. I mean, stress can just be a killer to your body, and you can only imagine the kind of stress that going through this puts you through. If you're going through this, then you know. If you have any sort of medical problems, they may be reacting the same way. They may be more severe than they usually are, or acting up. After I found out I had cancer, I didn't get my period for like 3 months. And then this whole last month, I got it for like a month straight, and I was in horrific pain. It's like my body was catching up for lost time. And it sucks. Stress has a huge effect on not your mental well-being, your mental state, but also your physical state, and it can really have an impact. I've been having, which I've never had before, I've been having panic attacks in the middle of the night. I'll start drifting off to sleep, and then I'll just wake up suddenly in the middle of a panic attack thinking about, oh my God, in the surgery, and kind of like in this mind space of just about to go in to have my breast removed and just flipping out. It's all very natural. You can request to see a therapist if you'd like. I was raised by a psychologist, so I'm kind of already in the mind space of understanding what's happening to me. And, you know, I have people that I can talk it through and talk it out with. Just make sure that you have people to talk to that can just listen, be understanding. Should be good. They also tell you, like, if you're a smoker, and I mean cigarettes, not weed, nicotine specifically. You have to stop like a month before surgery. You can't smoke it, and then you have to stop for weeks after surgery. Like not even nicotine patches and everything like that. So it has to do with complications with wound healing. Your wounds have a really hard time healing if you're a smoker. Fortunately, I never have been. I'm just gonna read this off the thing, so I'm not looking down in my packet. So things like no aspirin-containing drugs. Advil, Aleve, Excedrin, Alka-Seltzer. Alka-Seltzer has aspirin. Aspirin in it? No idea. Motrin, Darb. They give you sheets and sheets of paper that have lists and lists and lists of medications, and you can't take supplements. Like they even have like a supplement garlic. If you're taking garlic supplements, you can't have that either. It's just crazy stuff, but it's such a serious surgery, you know. You really got to pay attention to this if you brought the best outcome here and you want to heal. And in this kind of surgery, there are higher risks of infection rates. One of the plastic surgeons told me there was a 13% infection rate, and the other one told me there was like a 6% infection rate. So I guess it depends on who you ask. No blood thinners. Here was another interesting thing. So my plastic surgeon was really particular about, you know, in the couple days leading up to surgery, to drink a ton of water and really hydrate. Drink at least 8 glasses of water like every day leading up to surgery when you have to stop. And then he also said, I think it's called bromine, that's in it's in different things, and it's specifically in pineapple. So he's like, eat a bunch of pineapple, and that again has to do with wound healing, as far as I understand it. So I mean, you can't drink water, you can't chew gum, you can't suck on any sort of candy. Literally nothing goes in your mouth. You can brush your teeth in the morning, you cannot swallow anything. You're only allowed to take the tiniest little sip of water if there's a medication that you have to take, that you're usually taking beforehand, and that's it. God, that's gotta really, like, and I've had surgeries before, it kind of like mentally messes with you. Even if you're not thirsty, if there's water near you, you kind of want to take a drink of it because it messes with you psychologically. Don't bring any jewelry with you. It's gonna be particularly hard for me in that this ring, my cat is in it. It's like a cremation ring, and his remains are in this ring, and this ring never leaves my body except for the few occasions that I have to take it off to, you know, do certain things like photo shoots and stuff like that, but it's near me. I'm gonna have to take him off and leave him at home for days. He died 5 years ago now. I had him for 18 and a half years. He was my furry soulmate. Him dying was much harder than all of this cancer stuff. Worst thing I've ever been through in my life. And he was always by my side, every moment of every day for 18 and a half years. And I make the joke that like, oh, he's still on me just like he was in life for all that time. But when I'm nervous or I'm, you know, I rub this ring, and the few occasions I've ever had to take it off, I go to do that, and when there's nothing there, this surge of panic goes through me. And I know some of you may have something like that you wear that's you know, kind of attached to you, that's meaningful, and you have to leave all that stuff at home. You can't bring any of it. That's going to be difficult too. I'm used to, you know, that being a source of comfort for me. So that's going to be hard. So yeah, you have to take basically all your jewelry. Tongue ring's got to come out. Bring your glasses in a case. If you have glasses, you can't wear contacts. No makeup, no fake eyelashes, no, like, nothing on your body. Basically, all you're bringing is your medications that you need, that you have to take daily, and just like a long charging cord for your phone, because you're going to be in the hospital, and if you're awake, you're going to be bored, I'm sure. but something comfortable to go home and they're going to wrap your chest up. My chest is going to be wrapped, so I won't have to worry about that, and it's going to stay like that for a week until my follow-up appointment a week later. And that's when the plastic surgeon will take it off. You don't touch any of that for the first week. You just bring a really loose baggy shirt. You can't lift your arms up, they have to stay by your sides, so something that can be put on you and buttoned up with your arms down, and then easy pants that can be pulled up, shoes that you can just slip your feet into. Obviously you can't drive yourself and you're not allowed to take an Uber, so you want a family or friend to drive you to and from. The most fun is going to be sleeping on my back propped up for probably like a month. I'm a side sleeper and I'm an insomniac at that, so I even have trouble sleeping on my side and falling asleep. It is going to be a living nightmare for me to sleep or attempt to sleep. I am dreading this like you have no idea. This is the number one thing that I'm dreading. I don't care about the tubes coming out of me and draining the little balls of blood, and I care that I'm going to have to sleep somewhat sitting up on my back and not able to move from that position. When I have the drains in, I'm going to do a video and I'm going to show you exactly how the drains function and how to empty them. And there's a whole log sheet and everything, so we don't have to talk about that now. We're going to go through the drains when I actually have the drains. It's nuts, man. It's nuts. I didn't expect to have to do all this. I think they used to do the pre-assessment over the phone. And now, because of COVID, you have to go in, and the actual hospital doing your surgery has to themselves do the COVID test within a particular amount of days before surgery. So I understand that. It's just kind of like another pain in the ass thing added to the entire list of things. That is about it. As far as this goes, I think that pretty much covers it about the kind of stuff that you're going to have done and be prepared for. And I will be back with more stuff to dazzle and entertain you with my ever so popular jazz hands. God. Okay. Pen clicking. I did that through like half of one of my other videos, and I'm sure it wasn't annoying at all. Okay. Please check back for more massively fun breast entertainment, especially for video of how my boobies look. That'll be good. A fun time for all. All right, bye.